Be me, 26. Line cook at a fusion restaurant that puts truffle oil on nachos. Soul slowly evaporating over a flat-top grill. Haven't felt the touch of a woman since the Obama administration. Decide to try and fix my life. Delete League of Legends. Download Hinge because Tinder is for hookups, and I need emotional connection. Profile is tragic. Photos of me holding a fish, classic mistake, and one blurry pic of me cooking risotto. Swiping left on girls who want me to fund their globetrotting. Swiping left on bots. Swiping left on girls looking for a third for their polycule. Losehope.jpg. Suddenly, her. Profile is pure cottagecore aesthetic. Name is Elora. Photos are her in a sun hat, holding a basket of mushrooms, baking sourdough. Bio says, foraging, fermentation, and sustainable living. Let's make jam. No club photos. No duck lips. Just wholesome tradwife energy with a hint of forest witch. Super like instantly. Match happens 20 minutes later. Heart.exe does a reboot. She messages first. Do you know the difference between a chanterelle and a jack-o'-lantern mushroom? Oh god, a test. Panic search Wikipedia. Jack-o'-lanterns glow in the dark and give you cramps? She replies, correct, you pass, coffee. Is it this easy? Am I finally winning? Fast forward to Saturday. Meet at a hipster coffee shop that serves drinks in mason jars. I arrive 15 minutes early, sweating through my nice flannel. She walks in. Literal ray of sunshine. Floral dress, canvas tote bag, smelling like lavender and yeast. We sit down. She orders a black tea, pulls out her own bag of dried leaves. I only drink what I harvest myself, she whispers shyly. A bit eccentric, but cute. We talk about food. She's passionate, intense. Talks about soil pH levels and mycelium networks. Eyes light up when she mentions decomposition. A little weird, but hey, everyone has hobbies. I tell her about the horrors of the line cook life. She listens intently, nodding. Commercial food is poison, she says, dead serious. You need to return to the source. Date ends, she hugs me. Feels like hugging a bag of birdseed. Very fragile but warm. I'm hosting a dinner next week, she says. Just a few close friends, very exclusive. I want you to come. I'll cook for you. Score, MP3. Brain planning our wedding already. The week passes in a blur. Spend $200 on a new shirt and a bottle of natural wine that smells like a barnyard. Friday night. GPS takes me way out of the city, past the suburbs, into the deep woods. Gravel road, tree branches scraping the roof of my Honda Civic. Arrive at a cabin. It's straight out of a grim fairy tale. Smoke curling from the chimney. Garden out front is massive, overgrown, wild, but weirdly organized. Plants I don't recognize, black leaves, purple stems. Park car. Walk to the door. Hear chanting? No, just really loud Enya music. Knock on door. Ilara opens it. Wearing a white apron over a vintage dress. Hands covered in red soil? You made it, she beams. Ushers me inside. Interior is cozy but strange. Dried herbs hanging from every rafter. Jars everywhere. Hundreds of jars. Pickled things. Fermenting things. Floating things. Welcome to the sanctuary, she says. Leads me to the dining room. Long wooden table. Two other guys sitting there. One looks like a tech bro in a vest, looking terrified. The other is a heavy-set guy with a beard, looking hungry. This is Mark and Dave, Alara says. They're enthusiasts. Mark gives me a look that says, help me. Dave just licks his lips. Sit down. Alara pours us pine needle kombucha. Tastes like battery acid and dirt. It clears the toxins, she smiles. Disappears into the kitchen. I hear chopping sounds. Loud, rhythmic chopping. Cleaver hitting wood, Thwack, thwack, thwack. Ask Mark, so how do you know Alara? Mark whispers, I matched with her on Bumble. This is the third date. I haven't seen my car in 2 days. What.jpg? Dave interrupts. Her sourdough starter is 200 years old. It demands sacrifice. Nervous_laughter.wave. Just quirky foodie talk, right? Right? Alara returns, carrying a massive wooden platter. First course, she announces. Appetizer of foraged moss and cicada shells, glazed in wild honey. Stare at plate. Literal bugs. Big, crunchy-looking bugs. Dave grabs a handful and crunches loudly. Protein, he grunts. Mark is weeping silently while chewing. I look at Alara. She's staring at me with big, hopeful doe eyes. I caught them myself this morning, she whispers. They were singing just for us. My fight or flight is confused. Don't want to be rude. Pick up a cicada. Close eyes. Bite down. Tastes like sweet dust and regret. Delicious. I choke out. She claps her hands. I knew you had a refined palate. She skips back to the kitchen. I chug the battery acid kombucha to wash down the legs. Mark leans in. You need to leave while you can. The main course. I saw it moving. Shut up, Mark, Dave growls. You don't appreciate the art. I look around the room. Notice the jars on the shelf closer now. One contains a snake with 2 heads. Another has what looks like a human finger. No, probably just a weird carrot. Probably. Suddenly, a loud screech from the kitchen. Not a human screech. Like a badger fighting a blender. Then silence. Alara pops her head out. Face slightly splattered with something dark. Does anyone have a bone saw? Never mind, found it. Duck back inside. Power tools start up. R R R R Z Z Z Z Z Z T. I stand up. I think I left my lights on. I lie. Try to head for the door. It's locked. From the outside? How? Turn around. Dave is standing between me and the exit. Sit down, fresh meat, Dave says. The fermentation process cannot be interrupted. Realize I am not on a date. I am in a culinary cult. Sit back down. Mark is praying to a god he doesn't believe in. 20 minutes pass. The smell wafting from the kitchen is indescribable. Musk, vanilla, iron, and something ancient. Alara kicks the kitchen door open. She is struggling to carry a massive cast iron pot. Slams it onto the table. Table groans. She removes the lid. Steam fills the room. Tonight, she says, voice trembling with excitement, we feast on the invasive species of the spiritual realm. What does that even mean? Look into the pot. It's a stew, but the meat, it's glowing slightly blue, and it's pulsing. I found it under the old oak tree, she explains. It tried to bite me, but I marinated it in sage and holy water. She ladles a gray gelatinous lump onto my plate. It quivers. Eat, she commands. It grounds you to the earth. Dave dives in face first. Mark is catatonic. I look at Alara. She's not blinking. Why aren't you eating? She asks. Her hand moves to her apron pocket. Pulls out a mushroom knife. Curved blade, very sharp. I made it with love, she says. Voice drops an octave. Eat, I-T. Survival instinct kicks in. I take a bite. Texture like rubber and popping candy. Tastes like static electricity and chicken. Actually, not bad. Brain chemicals go haywire. Colors in the room start to get brighter. See? She smiles, cleaning the knife with a cloth. The forest provides. Dinner ends hours later. Or maybe days? Time has lost meaning. Mark is now asleep under the table. Dave is licking the cast iron pot clean. I am vibrating at a frequency that shouldn't exist. Alara beckons me to the kitchen. You did well, she says. You finished your plate. She leans in close. Smells like blood and rosemary. Do you want to see the cellar? Every horror movie instinct screams N-O. My mouth says yes. She leads me to a trap door in the pantry. We descend wooden stairs. Temperature drops 20 degrees. The cellar is massive. Earth walls. Roots growing through the ceiling. In the center, there is a pit. Just a hole in the ground. Glowing green light coming from it. This is the mother's starter, she whispers reverently. I've been feeding it since 1894. But you're 24, I stammer. She just smiles. Time is a construct. Yeast is eternal. She points to a bucket of raw meat near the edge. It's feeding time. Would you like to do the honors? This is it. The moment I become an accomplice. I pick up the bucket. Walk to the edge. Look down. Something down there looks back. 1,000 eyes in a doughy mass. I dump the meat. Slurping noises echo up. Alara grabs my hand. Her grip is iron. We're going to make such beautiful bread together, she says. I need a sous chef. Dave is getting sloppy. And Mark is compost. Realization.jpg. Mark wasn't a guest. Mark was the previous ingredients list. Look at the bucket I just dumped. Was that Mark's vest in the mix? Try not to vomit. So, she asks, eyes sparkling. Second date? I look at the eldritch dough monster. I look at the beautiful girl with the knife. I think about my shift at Applebee's tomorrow. Think about microwaving spinach dip for rude boomers. Think about my lonely apartment. Sure, I say. Tuesday works for me. She squeals and kisses my cheek. Perfect. Tuesday is harvest night. Bring a shovel. Fast forward 2 months. I no longer work at Applebee's. I live in the cabin now. My skin has turned a slight shade of green, but my acne cleared up, so that's a plus. Dave moved to a farm upstate. He is in the pit. Alara and I run a very successful farmer's market stand. Artisanal meat pies. People line up for blocks. What's the secret ingredient, they ask. I just wink and look at Alara. She's sharpening her cleaver in the back of the van. Love, I say. And locally sourced protein. Police came by once asking about missing hikers. Alara gave them some blueberry muffins. They never came back. The muffins were excellent, though. Sometimes late at night, I sit on the porch, listen to the screams from the cellar, and I wonder if I should be worried. Then Alara brings me a slice of warm bread, butter melting on top. She rests her head on my shoulder. Happy? She asks. I take a bite. The bread tastes like sunshine and mild fear. Yeah, I say. I think I'm finally happy. MFW. I accidentally joined a cannibalistic sourdough cult. MFW. It's still better than modern dating. The yeast commands it.